Today we're going to be doing a reading for May 2018, and we are going to be asking what we need to know. What do we need to know in order to manifest what we want? We're going to be using this deck right here that I wrote and illustrated called the Wild Woman Mystery Cards, an enchanting journey to your true self. This is the oracle deck that we're going to be using for today's oracle card reading. And we're going to be using the elements, so the elements of air, fire, water, earth, and then center. But before we even begin, we're going to pick a card. So before we get started, set your intention, settle yourself in your seat, and let's get going. Hi Wild Woman, welcome to the Wild Woman Enchanted Show. I am your host, Elizabeth McLeod, and I'm the author and illustrator of the Wild Woman Mystery Cards, an enchanting journey to your true self. And I'm here to help you live a wild and free life. Okay, Wild Woman, here we go. We're going to do a pick a card for the first ones from our oracle card deck. It's right here. I am going to turn them around so that you can't see it, and I want you to just let it resonate. And I'm going to pick 1, 2, and 3 cards. Just pick whether you want 1, 2, or 3, and we'll hold it till the end of the video so that you can see how to apply that particular energy with the reading that we're doing. If you really want to set the intention for cards 1, 2, and 3, just put them in the comments below. Just go 1, 2, or 3. We'll see how that card goes with the reading. All right, so here we go, Wild Woman. So this is card number 1. See if you resonate with it when I pull it out. I'm not going to show you what it is, but here it is right here, and I'm going to place it down in front of me. Card number 2. Is this the one for you? Is this the one that you need this month? Let's see. Here it is, right here. And card number 3. Let's see which card it is for you. Do you need, I'm closing my eyes so I can't see. And, here we are. And one fell on the floor. Just hang on. One fell on the floor, and I'm going to hold it here, and when the time is right, we'll show it. It's interesting, so we'll see what comes up for that. So here we go with the elements. So we're going to start with the element of air. Air is the element that moves us. So when you are looking at this card, think about how that relates to that element and what you might need to do in terms of bringing forth what you want this month. So here we are with the card. I'm going to turn it towards you actually so that I can't see it. And this card is in the element of air. What do we need this month? Mystery. All right, mystery in the element of air, that which moves us. Very interesting card to have. I'm going to move these our pick a cards over here, and let's now pick the element of fire. So I'm going to concentrate on fire. Fire is what transforms us. So what do we need to transform us to bring that transformation forward so that we can actually manifest what we want this month? Here it is, honoring. And as you think about the cards that we're bringing forward, if you don't know what you want, then just let yourself say, well, what am I grateful for? What do I need forgiveness for? What is it that I sort of want that I don't want to think that I want? Do that. Try that. See if that works for you. This is for the element of water, that which shapes us. What are we going to manifest? Integration. Very, very nice. So now I'm going to just shuffle the cards, feeling like a little shuffle is necessary, and we're going to do earth. Earth is the element that heals us. If you need some healing, then move towards the element of earth. And feminine one is for earth, and I just want to point out that forgiveness sort of popped out sort of a little bit. So it might be that there's something, some of you out there are thinking now, maybe that what do I need to forgive? And if I could thank the world and the earth and myself for giving me this experience, think of it that way. What would that be? What would life be like if you always thought like that before you even ever needed to forgive anything? All right, so here is the thing we're going to manifest. This is the element of ether, the center, the stillness. This is what we're manifesting. Impermanence. That's so great. Okay, let's talk about these for a little bit of a minute. Now, in the element of air, the mystery card is the one that's forward. Take a look at her. She's really honoring the moon, and she's really making sure that she knows that she's in that sacred connection that's always there, and that's where things will happen for you. Mystery can appear scary because it is the unknown, and falling into the unknown can give the illusion of not being good. That's why it's so hard to let go and move into it. But mystery, wild woman, is the experience of a lifetime, and it is laced in not knowing and showered in opening to the lessons without knowing what is to come. So I wanted to read that for you because in the element of air, that is what's moving us. That is what's taking us on the journey. So thinking if you're not really sure how that resonates, sort of go out into the wind and let it be with you while you think of that. And also another way you could do it is be around birds. They're singing and they're singing in their air. And the other thing you could do is like be in the sunrise in the morning and let yourself walk into the mystery to bring forth what you want. This impermanent state, this letting go of things and not holding on to them. Okay, so here we are with the card honoring. This is in the element of fire. So this is the thing that will transform us. So as we were saying a little bit earlier, as we walk through this, it's a very sacred connection that we have with our life. And if we're making an intention, then that intention is in fact sort of consider that you are part of the mystery, that the mystery is you, that you are a goddess, that you are a wild woman, that you are filled with possibility and creativity and many, many things of power and compassion. And if you have that particular sense of yourself and you're not really living that in the world, then consider maybe that your intention is a little bit, that's the sort of distance that you have to travel on this journey of life in order to arrive into what you want. So honoring that space, honoring that path, honoring the mystery will help to move you. It's like a simmering coal or a burning fire into what it is that you want. That's the honoring card, which moves us into the element of water. And the element of water, we get integration. And when we have integration, it's right here. I'm just going to look up in my little handy chart because this tells us all of them are chakra coded and color coded. And integration is in the healing freedom, which is the heart. And it's the color green. So if you're having trouble integrating things, you can wear the color green. And it's the water element. The water element is the one that shapes us. And when we are being shaped in that, it's sort of that integration of all that is present, body, mind, spirit, soul, all of that coming together is the integration needed to shape what is coming before you in this month of May. And then we move into the part that heals us, the element of earth. And if you notice, even my voice shifted a little bit. It became a little bit more down to earth. And it is the feminine one card. And it's really interesting to have this as the feminine one. This is the warrior energy. It's the root chakra. Let me see, it's this card right here. That's the energy she's in. So feminine one is like it's okay to come and dance with us. It's okay to be your feminine self. It's okay to show that power of the feminine. That is what will heal you as you embrace the month of May. And when we come into the center, when we want to do something that sort of brings in kind of a manifestation of all of this that we're bringing forward, the possibility that we are powerful, compassionate, strong, beautiful, wild women, and that we are meant to be walking on this path, that it is okay that we are here, that we are not alone. We have the card impermanence. Impermanence is the second chakra, the color orange, joy. It's joy and creativity, all the things that we were talking about here. Let me read a little bit from the impermanence card. There is no harm in letting go, speaks the wild woman. Resistance is pain, she knows, for it follows you into a tightness of being. Around your heart, in your belly, deep down into the pit of your muscles and tendons, ready to snap at a moment's notice. Now, isn't it interesting that we're talking about the heart? And that is the place where we were saying with integration. So maybe take a look at the element of water and what you need to do to bring along this ability to be able to let go of that which no longer serves you, which no longer is really thriving and helping you with the intentions of your life In other words, that which you want. And we'll have another video. I'm going to do a video on just intentions. It's been a question asked by a tribe member, so we will definitely do that. But think about it in terms of wanting something and what you need. So how does that work with your heart? Opening up your heart and allowing yourself to let go of the constructs that no longer serve you in the way that they need to serve you, so that you can grow into the woman, that you can become the wild woman that you're destined to be. Now, let's add on to this the different cards that you chose. Card number 1 was intuition. Intuition is listening to your inner guidance system. So how do you bring about all of these elements, bringing them together? The impermanence card says this is the card that will bring change in your life. If you're looking for change, this is it. This is how you bring it in. Listen to this over and over again. Pull in the elements and have them work for you, because it will work. It will work when you bring the intention. With the intuition card, and when we're looking at the impermanence card, you know, if you let go and you allow what is, that's how our intuition can form as you travel through your month, through the days and through the minutes, actually. Listen, tune in. Now, she's different than instinct, remember. It's not a gut feeling. It's more that little voice that's coming in to tell you what it is that you need. So full-on intuition this month for those who chose card number 1. For those who called number 2, there's a little shadowy element happening here, which is fantastic. The shadow is where, oh, she brings so many lessons and so many gifts, but we're sometimes afraid of her because she doesn't always feel so good. And she sometimes brings with her some muck, a little bit of baggage. But you know what, that's great. The wild woman needs to roll in the dirt, needs to find that, because you know, the more you feel that muck, the more joy you have on the other side. And joy, of course, is impermanence, which is what we're trying to manifest this particular month, is what we're working with. So when you've got the number 2 card, which is shadow, then maybe take a look at what it is you need to uncover in order to release, so that you can let go of that which no longer serves you. That's a bit of a tricky one, and it might be, I'm going to bring up the card that fell on the floor, it might be why the grief card fell on the ground. Grief is like a prayer. So if you're finding any of this a little bit difficult, or if you're needing a little bit of help with your intentions, or even knowing what they are, then pray, pray, pray. Allow yourself to open into what it is that could be possible for you. Now, the 3rd card was creativity. Creativity is also the 2nd chakra, so if you pulled the 3rd card, then think about the fact that you are really in that impermanent state. You're creating, creating. Of course, when we create, we're not always staying in the same place, because creation means that we contract when we expand, when we contract and we expand, and we contract and we expand. So this is a really wonderful card to have for when you're wanting to create a place that brings in the joy and lets go of that which does not work for you. And it may be that you need to get creative with this. If you're having a struggle with any of these things, if you're feeling like I don't know really how to do this, then think about the card that sort of resonated with you when we turned them over. Mystery was in the element of air. Think of her if you need to move something or get something going. Work with the element of air. Honoring was the element of fire. So if you need to transform something, start to actually really honor that. If you're needing to shape something, to make something into something that you want it to be, then think of the integration card and the element of water. Maybe have a bath, go for a swim. And if you are in the element of earth, and you're really wanting to find the goddess part of yourself, that feminine nature, then walk in the element of earth and it will heal you. And that will bring you towards the element of the center, the ether, the Akash, the place where all creativity happens, which leads us back into air, right? The mystery, walking in the mystery. It's a beautiful reading for the month of May, really lovely. I hope that you have received what it is that you need to receive. One of the ways that you can really make this happen for yourself is, now that you've finished watching this video, put a comment below and let me know what resonated for you, and if there's a particular element that you resonated with in order to make that happen. That would be really cool too. If you have any questions, certainly ask me and I'll do my best to answer them. If you'd like to have more readings, I have a private Facebook group, and we do a Self-Care Friday reading at the moment, which is really, really fun. So if you want more readings, we do weekly readings and a lot more in the private Facebook group. I'll put a link below for you so that you can actually click on it and come on over and join us so that we can have even more of what we want in the month of May. And also, if you'd like to work with these different energies and the different freedoms and the warrior, whoops, that's the wrong side, the warrior energy and all of those other things that we've discovered here, then sign up for my Wild Woman Shift e-course. It's a mini course that comes with the Wild Woman Shift chart. And what's really great about this is I will guide you through, and it's a really fun way to get in tune with your energies and actually to shift out of, if you're having a big distance between sort of your intention, that the possibility of being this compassionate, powerful, strong, beautiful, wild woman, and yet this is where your life is over here and you're feeling like I'm not always there, that distance in between. If you're having trouble with that, this course would be really great for you. All right, wild women, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe. And if you have anybody in your life that you feel would really benefit from this, then please share the video with them so that they too can manifest the very best wild life that they can for the month of May 2018. And thank you so much for being here. It was a beautiful thing to do with you, and I look forward to next month. In the month of June, the very first Tuesday, we will put up the reading for June. Until then, may May be beautiful and warm and growth-filled for you, filled with creativity, and may impermanence find its way to you in whatever way you need it to be. And I will see you next time.